Hello, and today we are going to be talking about China. Yes, the big bad China. China has been getting a lot of criticism from the United States media for probably ever since Mao took over in 1949. Of course, China is very much different from the age of Mao, but it still seems to be getting a lot of criticism. They have been not very reliable in the products they've made in the last couple of years, and they are very quite different from the Western ideas of government. But if you really stop and look at what China has done within the last 20 years, their society and their country, well, I think it's some pretty amazing stuff, I would say. They were able to build a city 10 times as futuristic as New York within 20 years. Three of them, really. Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Beijing, and several others that us Americans probably don't even know about. Of course, I'm not saying China's all that great. Their their treatment of the Tibetans, I think, was extremely deplorable. I abhor what they have said about Dalai Lama, who's a very good man, far better than the president of China, I would say, far better than any other president on the face of the earth. But let's look at how we've been handling our countries for the last couple of years. You look at America, who's gotten itself into a large war for no reason and created a terrible several trillion-dollar debt. It can no longer support its citizens. It's going into an economic depression, borrowing money from China. In fact, our war is being paid for by the Chinese, and I guess our president expects the next president to find an idea of how we're going to pay them back. That's going to be very much fun, isn't it? It's going to be like a college student paying back its loan to the loan sharks. And let's look at what China's done. China, on the other hand, has been able to build fantastic cities, hold power on an entirely uh, expanding population. It now has its own space program. It probably has the third amount of nuclear weapons in the entire world, and extremely large and obedient military. And our military is being frivolously used for private reasons concerning our leaders. And now China is an extremely large superpower thanks to us because we let them do that. We could have been more powerful, but with we could have been more powerful than them, but you know, we had idiotic leaders. And I think now what we have to do, even though the American public doesn't seem to think so, we need to connect with the Chinese. We need to start having an alliance between the two countries. Otherwise, I don't see us having a very peaceful world in the next century. And then maybe we can even negotiate the freedom of the Tibetan people, or more lenient laws towards the Tibetan citizens, because I'm fairly much a Buddhist myself, and I think they deserve some respect. But we're not going to get them that respect if we keep philandering our relations with China. We need to start having some better relations with China, but of course, people at the seem to think that the only way we're going to get to the Chinese is through action, physical action, which really doesn't get us anywhere. As I said, but if you look towards the future, China will be the largest English-speaking country by 2020, and it's now will probably surpass us in the amount of cars it uses within 10 years. So that that poses us a problem as well in the competition, competition. Maybe if we work together as countries, we could defeat this, what I like to call market Stalinism. China's form of economic system, in where they compete in capitalistic markets, thereby promoting the communistic ideals within capitalistic free market forms. Well, there you have it. So, whether you like it or not, China will be the most powerful nation on Earth, and something large is happening there. And either you're on or you're off the boat, or as I like to say, on or off the bus. Well, that's all I have for today. Free Tibet.